Life never stops teaching us. No matter what our age is, no matter how much experience we have, no matter how many lessons we've already had to learn. Life has a way of showing us that there's always more to learn. And it's a real reminder of showing and having gratitude for the moments in our life when things are good, when we're around good people, when we have love in our lives and good health, success. You know, those times when we're just making good progress. We forget to sit in that moment. We forget to pause and just feel the goodness that surrounds us. Whether that's people, whether that's in a relationship, a good night out, a new job, career, achievements. We achieve so much in life, but we never stop to congratulate ourselves. We never stop to think how blessed we are to have those opportunities. In those moments, we just don't realize how perfect they are. And when we reflect on those good times that we've had, especially when they've gone, and we have an awareness of the fact that we may not get those times back again. With hindsight, we really do appreciate the value that those situations, those people, those experiences brought into our lives. And every one of those moments are lessons for us to learn from, to grow, to reflect. If you're the type of person who's self-aware, or you're working on becoming self-aware, you understand the value, excuse me, you'll understand the value of true gratitude and the value of being present within those moments that we will one day look back upon and realize that they were good times. But when you lack self-awareness, or you haven't tuned into your own self-awareness, you will take those times for granted. You will take certain people in your life for granted. You will take experiences that you have been blessed to have for granted. And it's usually only, sometime further down the line that you look back and you realize, wow, what was I doing in that moment? Why wasn't I appreciating what I had then and there? Why didn't I show my gratitude, my love? Just being thankful for those moments, instead of thinking they'll always be there, or not valuing it at that time. With hindsight, that's when we realize how significant, how abundant, how joyful those times actually were. And in this present moment right now, even if you're faced with certain challenges, there are things in your life that you can and should be grateful for. But we get so caught up in the future. We get so caught up in the things that we want that we haven't yet achieved or we haven't yet acquired. We get so caught up in reminiscing about the past and the things we could have done, we should have done, that we didn't do, that we forget to live right here, right now, in this moment in time, the only true and real moment that there is. And this is how we miss those valuable experiences in life that we should be cherishing. Because in this moment, we're not focused on this moment. In this moment, we're thinking about what we want to achieve tomorrow. We're thinking about what someone else is doing, or feeling sorry for ourselves for something that didn't go our way, or just lacking the awareness that we need to look at our lives and truly appreciate what we have already achieved. We have these expectations that, we put so much work into something and we expect it to result in what we're envisioning. We expect to achieve something by a certain time. We expect to acquire things or take people, situations for granted, thinking that it won't change. It will always be there. I'll come back to that when I'm ready. It doesn't work that way. The things that we want to achieve might not present themselves in the way that we envision them. They might not present themselves at the time that we expect them to. They might not even happen at all. But what we're missing at that moment is the evolution of that journey, the growth within that journey, the lessons and the experience, the mistakes and the failures, the hardships, the challenges, all of those things that we're experiencing in those moments. All of those things that we are experiencing in those moments that we're not aware of, that we're not showing gratitude for, that we're not appreciating. That's the true value in that moment, in those moments, in those lessons, in those challenges, overcoming them, the mistakes that we make, learning from them, the failures, having the resilience to get up and keep on going, having the strength to get up every time you're knocked down, every time you're heartbroken, every time you've been disappointed, every time you've been betrayed, every time you've been deceived. How about shifting our perspective instead of becoming the victim in those moments? How about taking the value that there is and using that to your advantage, using that to continue building you up, using that to know that you won't make that mistake again. You've now grown in your discernment. You've now grown in your strength, your confidence, your belief within yourself to not only endure that challenge, endure that heartache, feel that pain, but to know you're made of something stronger. And with time, you're going to overcome it. And not only will you overcome these things, you're going to expand your awareness. Your perspective is going to shift. Your entire perception of the world that exists around you is going to change. It's going to deepen. Those challenges were not sent to break you. That heartbreak was not sent to destroy you. the people you loved, the people we've lost, that grief. That grief. There's something within that grief that changes you deep within your core. And the shifts that take place can change you at such a deep, deep level. That our human minds can't comprehend. But when you surrender to that pain, when you surrender to that grief, when you surrender to that heartbreak that you feel is destroying you, when you surrender to that and you continue to move forward with faith and trust in knowing that you're not alone in that grief, there are lessons, there are experiences within those moments that if you pause and you stop and you allow yourself to be present and feel your way through those difficult times, you're going to expand. Your soul is expanding. Your consciousness, your perception on life, everything around you is expanding. And as you move through that tunnel of darkness and you begin to see glimmers of light, and you will begin to see glimmers of light, you won't be the same person that you were. Moving through that tunnel, there are so many changes taking place that you consciously cannot be aware of. But over time, all of those changes will come. Through consciously. Slowly, piece by piece, you'll realize that you're no longer the person that you used to be. And sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow. When you go through experiences in life, real life-changing experiences, and you come out the other side and you're no longer the person that you were before that experience. You can't go back to your old life. Nothing is the same anymore. Everything looks the same. But you're worlds apart from that old life that used to belong to you. And it's hard to accept that everything and everyone you've ever known no longer resonates with you. They're no longer in alignment with you. Conversations are not the same. The level of thinking is no longer the same. What you once considered to be fun, it just doesn't feel like fun anymore. And that's a really difficult transition to adjust to. And you have to be present, and you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to find a new strength within you to accept the changes that have now occurred and the new world that you're living in. And the more you go within, and the more you learn to learn yourself, trust yourself, listen to your guides and your intuition. Deepen and strengthen your relationship with God, the higher power that you believe in. It's like starting over again, starting your life from a blank canvas. And it can feel really scary. But that really depends on your perspective and how you choose to accept what now is. What was has gone. What it is now is what it is. And you have a blank canvas. And you get to choose. You get to choose what goes on that canvas. What piece of art are you going to create? What story are you going to write for yourself? And you can't predict the future, absolutely not. But the shifts within your mindset, the shifts within your newfound self-awareness, this new outlook that you have on the world around you. The lessons and experiences, the challenges, the hardships, the pain, the grief, all of those things that you went through to get to where you are now. The strength that you had to find within yourself to wake up every single day and face this world with a smile on your face, with nobody knowing how broken you were. And you still managed to get up every single day. That's something major. That is showing you that you can overcome anything. You can fight through anything. The level of resilience that you have now built within you, you can achieve anything that you want to. If you can walk through life when you are broken and you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, when you can walk through life and you don't even know if you're going to make it until tomorrow, and you keep showing up day after day after day after day, you're special. You are blessed. You are so protected and loved. And you really need to just stop and appreciate how incredible you are. You really need to stop and just relish in the moment of all the achievements, everything that you have accomplished in your life. You are a warrior. You're a bad bee. Nobody can ever, ever take any of that away from you. Yet you remain humble. You remain kind. You remain open-hearted. You have compassion and empathy. And you truly, truly deserve everything. Everything good, everything beautiful, everything just every beautiful experience in your life. Good people, love, Keep taking care of yourself and your health, your physical health, your mental health. Be mindful of what you consume. You've come too far to ever turn back. You've come too far to not keep putting that work in to elevate yourself, to grow, to keep expanding even beyond what you think you're capable of. What you think you're capable of is nothing in comparison to what you are capable of. Don't limit yourself. Stay present. Stay focused. Trust and believe. With every day, with every step, with every change, with every improvement, you're taking yourself closer and closer to a life that you can't even dream of. It feels good to be back. I'm going to call it episode 1 of season 4. We'll see how we evolve from here. I want to start going live on TikTok. Call it Sunday. I keep thinking Sunday Night Live. No. One day maybe I'll have a show called Sunday Night Live. Sunday Tea Live. I'm thinking every Sunday. Maybe around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 p.m. I haven't yet decided. But if you are on TikTok, do follow me. And I think having a live session, like a live after show, where I can answer your dilemmas, questions. We can exchange our energies and continue to elevate and grow a community that is in alignment with where we are. So, as always, thank you for being here. I'm happy to be back. I actually really missed recording. I might stop having these breaks. I'll see how I feel. Everything is for our highest good. Everything is for our own mental peace and clarity. And you know what, in life, we have to do what works for us, not what society dictates to us. And we just have to follow what we know to be right for us. So take care, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye.